Recently, Alex Onyeama, the CEO of Air Peace. Now, Nigeria has been struggling to have a national carrier like many other countries that have been able to put things right. So, Air Peace decided to expand their reach. They will be flying from Lagos, Nigeria, down to Europe, London, the United Kingdom. But what is this? What is this strange update that we are hearing? Well, I will allow you hear it for yourself. You're about to hear from Ghana Nation seer. He said, I see an impending doom. I see doom. I see something that will shock a lot of people. This impending, about to happen, doom is looming on Air Peace, looming on that, are we going to call it national and international carrier? Apart from that, a lot of people who are tribal, and I would not blame them, that is how Nigeria is structured. They got upset because Air Peace decided to clothe or present the hostess and also the pilot, the face of Air Peace, as that of the southeast of Nigeria. I mean, what they had on, the Agu lion attire, which is something that you will find in the southeast of Nigeria. They said, is this an Igbo aircraft? Or is this supposed to serve Nigeria? Well, let us watch what the Ghanaian seer has to say, and we will talk more about this.
Nigeria. Nigeria is big than Ghana, and Nigeria too is an African country. So if we throw our rainbow across the water, we will face more news in Nigeria than all the African countries. I tell you, say this year Nigeria will trend.
Yeah, Nigeria is trending.
And they are trending too. So why are they talking in Nigeria? They know. Forget about some people. They know how people they enjoy how they send their message. Make them they God. Good. Nigeria, they have one big airline company. They call them Air Peace. Air Peace be one of their domestic flight. They go all the states. Air Peace, the owner, darkness has fallen on him, and he should make sure that all the aircraft that flew around Nigeria and any part, they should check, because that day I can't sit here talk.
Yes.
Say aircraft or plane don't fall down for Nigeria, where it will kill so many people, dignities and first class being. So Nigerians call me. So I'm going to do this. I make camera check, but I will send message to Air Peace. They should be very careful with their work, because otherwise they will bring pains to Nigeria. And if domestic flights fall down, kill people too, people know we can't board again.
Yes, they will be afraid.
They will be afraid to come.
Yes.
So the owners should wake up and put things in place. Otherwise, bad things going to happen. We know the one time that way. You do so too, people go talk, say, see, I see, you not talk. As I talk, nobody, they will can't insult me. Eh? They will can't insult me, but at the end they will understand.
Welcome back. Now, Ghana Nation seer said that Alex Onyeama needs to be careful that there is an embargo, there is a dark cloud looming on that aircraft, and that danger that will finally bring that airline down is simple. Crash. Once an airline crashes once, twice, even one, people will run away from that airline. Nobody will want to board that airline down to the UK or wherever it is. It is going to put that airline in a bad light. And it is true, regardless of tribe, religion, if an airline is to crash, you will not want to board such airline. So he said that Alex Onyeama needs to do the needful as regards that there is an impending danger. There is some dark cloud looming over that airline ever since it was announced. Now, let us look at the attire, the Agu lion attire that the airline chose to be the face of its airline. There are people who have poured out their thoughts as regards this day. They have different opinions as regards that. And they said, oh, why is he acting like, is it not Nigerian money? Is it not this and that? I do understand that aspect of it, that he got money during that period when kidnapping and all of that was happening in the Niger Delta, when Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration, that was when he was a lawyer. He used to be in the United Arab Emirates, and here and there, he was able to add one and one together. He got this opportunity, he got that. He was able to get money from the arrangement that the federal government had back then, amnesty program. He was able to get money. That is how he got this airline. The thing is this, there are several people who have achieved or acquired through this. I'm not saying this is the best way to acquire or to achieve, because all of this has sort of put people in the condition that they are in. If we do not see it, then that's what it is. So people started bringing out some of these things as if many of those that they know are not criminals too. Somehow, directly or indirectly, they have benefited from it. And the thing is this, once a contract is put out, people will bid for it. Or maybe you know someone that knows someone, and then you get that contract. That is what he got. It might not have been gotten properly in the right channel or how it's supposed to be, but he got it and he was able to make something out of it. They said, oh, he cornered money. He was able to make something out of it. He has a carrier. He has an airline that can take you down from Nigeria down to the UK. He's trying to press and push to make business worth it. Now, what about those that have achieved and acquired and have refused to make it work? What about those? They've refused to invest. They have stolen. They refuse to invest. What do? They go out there, buy houses that some of them have even lost track of those houses, where those houses are. They don't invest. They just buy houses for their own personal use, and maybe for their own. They do not in any way. They have not in any way added value to anyone's life. They will never build companies, industries, factories. They don't add value to no one's life. What about that? So people should quit saying that it is his personal business. If the Agu attire will not make you go on his flight, then so be it. If his business drop, I think he will be smart enough to change that attire. Maybe the next attire will be the print of the Southwest, the North, and vice versa, just to kind of showcase the diversity in Nigeria. If that is what it is, I think he knows what to do. But if he chose to unveil and put on the Igbo attire, then that is a businessman. So, about the national carrier that Nigeria has struggled with. During the Buhari administration, they came up with this national carrier. And you know the funniest of it, they went to the United Kingdom to unveil it. How sad, how foolish of them. We saw pictures, we never saw life out of it. But they know how to pay for a yacht. You recall that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wanted to get that in, and he was unable to achieve that because Nigerians screamed, and he said, look, you don't need to scream. This had already been paid for. It has already been, everything has been sorted out before I came in. I'm just coming in to continue. And when Nigerians screamed and shouted and they did all that they did, they had no option than to quit. They had to quit that aircraft. They had to quit bringing in the yacht. Or are we going to call it a cruise liner? Because this is so big. so big and definitely expensive. So now, when will Nigeria get it right? When will those that are in charge of government get it right? That Nigeria needs a national carrier that is safe to board, a national carrier. When are we going to get it right? They will never ever, because of their criminal intent. Who will even trust to be on such? I know that there are other countries too out there who are struggling with national carriers, like it's just not making sense. There are countries who are struggling with it. It's just not making sense, because you need to have, government cannot fund it. You will run at a loss. It has to be privately owned by certain, government can sell shares. People can buy into it, and those that will buy into it, the same people that stole your money, they want to invest in it. So that's the only way it will work. That's the only way it will work, if we are talking about having a national carrier. So that is that. Alex Onyeama he definitely knows what he needs to do about the safety, because there are people who are working to make sure that none of these things work intentionally to make sure that it does not work. What are your thoughts as regards this one? Drop your comment, like, and share. See you in the next update.